I spent over 40 years of my life in active addiction, and it got to a point where I saw no way out. I was hopeless, I was homeless, I was rejected by friends and family. So I finally went into recovery.
Got into recovery by way of the 72nd District Court in Port Huron, Michigan. I was homeless and I was hopeless.
Our transportation department at BWROC will help with anything recovery related, whether it is getting them to meetings, doctor's appointments, rehabs, Social Security office, anything to do with bettering their life.
And I've been blessed with the opportunity to drive for BWROC, where I get a chance to transport people back and forth who are still working to find that hope. And hopefully I can carry some of that.
Well, the value it offers to the recovery community is that a lot of people don't know how to get around. A lot of people don't know places, and they have to have somebody to guide them when they're new in town. And they don't know how to get to the Social Security office or how to get to the food bank, or how when they get to the food bank with bus passes, how they're going to bring the food back home. And that's where BWROC steps in, and they offer that support, they offer that transportation for people to be able to get to and from destinations safely.
Almost like peer coaches. I mean, each one of us have been through C-car training, each one of us have been through ethics training, and each one of us know how to guide the people in the right direction, and if we don't have the answers, we know who does.
I kept hearing about a place in Port Huron called BWROC, and I didn't want to go back to Flint. So I came to BWROC, and my health started improving. And I started being happy about being in recovery. It was exciting to me. I said, well, if this can improve, maybe other things can improve. And so I started showing up. And I started working at BWROC as a janitor. And I guess the agency saw something in me and offered me a driving position. Everything just started to flourish, and I got to deal with people who was going through the same thing that I was going through when I came into the program, and I was able to share my experience, strength, and hope with them. And now today, in transportation, I transport approximately 20 people per night, and on Saturdays, up to 58 people per night. And one of the transportations that sticks out to me the most, there was a gentleman who had missed their time to go into recovery and had no way to get there. And I drove him to Flint, and he had to stay there for 3 days, and he didn't want to stay, so he left. And he was walking around Flint homeless and didn't know nobody in Flint. And I drove down to Flint and picked him up and got him into rehab in another city. And he's still there to this day. He's sticking it out, he's doing it.
But for the most part, the most enjoyable part of my job is when I pick somebody up and they are just broken and hopeless, and then I get to pick them back up from rehab, and they come out with a smile on their face and a little bit of glimmer of hope in their eye. That's to me, that's when it is a success on my end.